It's the most wonderful time of the year. Conference play is underway and the holidays are right around the corner. But today, your present is live from LA. It's the last and final non-conference matchup for the LMU Lions as they face their LA foe, the Csun Matadors, in the 4:05 Frenzy. Welcome inside a warm and cozy Gerson Pavilion. We hope the weather is as beautiful wherever you are, but who are we kidding? There's no place better than LA in the winter. Brendan Craig and the birthday boy, Gary Craig, here for a little winter break action. Gary, if you got to come to work on your birthday, at least it's here with the Lions, right?
Absolutely. This is my favorite place to be on my birthday. I'm with you. I'm with my favorite women's basketball team. Let's get it going.
Let's dive right in. Take a look at some key players to watch. And last year when these two squads met, Tess Amundsen lit it up for the Matadors.
Yeah, Amundsen did go to work last year on the Lions, putting up 21 points on 9 of 13 from the field, and she added in 6 boards for good measure. She may be a big, but she had one of the top three-point percentages in the nation last year at 47% from downtown. This year it's clear that Amundsen is going to be a threat all over the court.
And all I want for Christmas is to have Cassie Gordon continue to tear it up like she's done the last couple of weeks.
Ask and you shall receive, because Cassie Gordon has really come out of her shell in the last couple games. She was a confident and consistent presence against Utah State, but then took over for the Lions in San Francisco, dropping 4 of 6 from downtown as she had her career-high 17 points. When Cassie is cooking, the Lions are feasting, and they'll need her to step up again today.
Fire's burning here in Hank's house, and things are about to heat up, so grab some latkes, maybe some eggnog, and buckle those seatbelts. Lions, Matadors, and the 4:05 Frenzy is next.
At University Credit Union, we're a different kind of financial institution because we were founded over 70 years ago by the university community for the university community. Our experts put our member owners first by offering personalized advice on savings and investing and competitive loan rates to help you on your financial journey. Bank with your brain and get a financial advantage because you deserve more than a bank. You deserve a partner committed to your financial success. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
And welcome inside Gerson Pavilion, joining you in progress here, just 30 seconds into this one. It's the Matadors and the Lions facing off for one last non-conference game before both squads. The Lions continue into conference play. For the Matadors, kick it off later next week. We'll get you starters in just a moment. As Johnson will bring it up the court for the Lions. It's going to be Ari Johnson wearing 32, Kari Clark in 34, Alexis Mark wearing 35, Nicole Rodriguez in the number 1, and Cassie Gordon, our player to watch, wearing number 2. Lions in their home whites with the red numbers and the blue trim. Working left to right on your screen. The Matadors in their road blacks with the white numbers. Gordon fires a mid-range J and converts.
Gordon's at her best when she's playing without the ball, cutting, She loves doing that free throw line jump shot.
For the Matadors, of course, our player to watch, Tess Amundsen, as she gets the ball just outside the arc, driving inside on Johnson now. Kick back out to Michelle Duchemin, and a foul's called on Mark. So Duchemin will head to the line.
I was going to say, Lions have to be careful because Amundsen's a strong player really all over the court, down low, but also her proficient three-point shooting.
Joining those two on the court is going to be number 1, Jordan Jackson, the grad student who's seen a lot of the Lions in the last few years. We saw her here in Gershton back in 2019, playing against the squad and did very well. Also joining is Kiana Spriggs, and rounding things out for the Matadors is number 21, Anaya Ta'ua.
That was it, Ta'ua.
For those of you that joined us early may have heard me practicing some pronunciations. Just got to get them right.
Well, we want to let fans know what it's like, behind the scenes.
Can't say we knew it was happening, but you're welcome for the free behind-the-scenes tour. Welcome to LMU Athletics. That shot's off the mark by Johnson, collected by Clark.
So the Matadors are now in a zone defense. See how the Lions work against it.
Jackson out on Gordon. Clark working on Amundsen. Oh, Gordon had a chance at a fire-away three, catch and shoot, doesn't take it. Instead, it's Mark off the glass and in.
So great movement without the ball by Mark, getting behind the zone. Defense just lost track of her. Great find, great bucket.
Ta'ua running point for the Matadors.
So although Johnson gives up some size to Amundsen, she's got speed to keep up with her wherever she is on the court.
Ta'ua bumps off Gordon and gets fouled. She'll head to the line. We talked to Matadors SID Matt Turk prior to the game, and he brought up how since the second half against San Diego a few games ago, up until last game, the Matadors have been much more aggressive. They've really been pushing the pace. They've been getting inside. They've been getting fouls, and we've seen that early on. This is their second trip to the free throw line in the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and a couple times they beat the defensive player to the bucket, and the result's been a foul and chance to go to the line.
Ta'ua converts, brings the Matadors within 1, 4-3 here, 7:32 to go in this first quarter.
As a team, Matadors shooting about 74% from the line. And true to form, I think they are 3 of 4. Are they 3 of 4? Yes.
We've got a
75%.
lot of friends out in Northridge right now.
I wasn't jinxing. I was just talking about their,
Gary
strong,
Craig making friends across the
performance.
country.
No. It was
Broadcast
just stating
after
the
broadcast.
facts. Matadors are switching between zone and man defense, causing the Lions to have to set up a different offensive approach.
Oh, Johnson, hesitation inside and hounded by Spriggs.
Sandwich. If we see the replay, I think we're going to see an Ari Johnson sandwich. There it is.
Absolutely wrecked by.
There it is.
Yep.
But that's good team defense. It was like 5 black jerseys right there on Johnson, but she was strong, stayed with it. Chance to get 2 from the line.
Duchemin and Spriggs got inside and called for the foul inevitably, but it'll send Johnson to the line. 7:06 to go in this first quarter. She converts the first 5-3 now. For those of you that missed the open, it is Mr. Gary Craig's birthday over here, big number 55. So just warn you, I sent a text to our director, Sam, and I said, just a heads up, it's his birthday, so I'm going to spend more time heckling him today.
Oh, lovely. That's the great present for me. You know what would be an even better present would be a Lion victory.
Duchemin hasn't anything to say about it, but Clark. I was getting ready to give Duchemin some credit, but Clark said, Brendan, no thank you. Get that out of my house.
See
Clark
that
over
block
the
on
years,
the replay.
she's been good on the defensive end on the blocks.
Yeah, Gordon got her hands full trying to take care of Amundsen down low. Did a good job, forced her out by the three-point line.
6-3, 6:42 to go in this first quarter. Threes fired away, high rebound by Alexis Mark. She gets up so high for a simple board. It's really remarkable.
Yeah, well, she's also long arms, so she's very effective down low on the boards.
Gordon dumped and drove.
Good hustle by Clark to stay with it.
It's Mark up off the glass and in, and that's something she's had to work on the last couple of weeks, is finishing at the rim. She's had plenty of point-blank shots that have just not found the basket.
Well, she did a little pump fake, and then she was really better set than she often is with those shots down low.
8-3 here early, 6:10 to go in this first quarter. It's Jackson now, down baseline, fouled by Clark.
So that's a tough assignment for Kari Clark, 20 feet from the basket against a guard. I think the Lions got caught on a switch. Ended up causing Clark to be slow and commit the foul.
So let's set the matchup here while the Matadors are at the line for the third time. You've got a 1-8 Matador squad coming in, had a tough non-conference slate against a 3-9 Lions squad that also had a tough non-conference slate. The difference, the Lions have played 2 conference games, which is unlike any season, as Jackson knocks down the first. Really a weird way for the Lions to start, but able to go 1-1 on the road, and here another tough matchup at home before they head out to Christmas break. So a little adversity for the Lions to go through as Jackson goes 2 for 2 on that trip, 8-5 now with 6:04 to go.
Coach Hughes has talked about how their tough non-conference schedule is supposed to help prepare them for conference. They did well against San Francisco, unfortunately couldn't keep that momentum up against Santa Clara.
It's their third game in just about 5 days.
Oh, nice cut.
Great find to Alexis Mark and an even better finish. Make it 10-5, 5:44 to go in this first quarter.
So it seems like when the Matadors are in zone, the Lions are able to abuse it. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up going back to the man-to-man. Good pressure by Nicole Rodriguez.
Double dribbles called. Send it back the Lions' way. Duchemont takes a seat.
So the Matadors are back in that zone. Last time around, the Lions beat it. See if they can be effective against it this time.
Anna Carolina de Jesus into the game. A big presence down low at 6'3". Redshirt sophomore out of Portugal. Now on the defense on Gordon. Mark, that length, able to save it. 2 errant passes. Amundsen.
That should be going Lions' way.
And it will.
So Ari Johnson, quick hands, knock it off of Amundsen. Got some subs in the game. Lions replacing 3 players. In comes Layla Curry, Amaya Oliver, and Destiny Samuel. Keeping the legs fresh.
Curry's been really tremendous on the defensive end. Hasn't really proved herself on the offensive end yet, but on the defensive end, she is an absolute dog, Gary. Did I jinx it? Nope.
No, it's just that they had to get that shot off in the last second.
So here comes Tua the other way. It's Amundsen, fires away from top of the arc and converts.
So you know, and I talked about this in the intro, Amundsen has a very good three-point shot. She's quick, too, quick release. Lions are going to have to pay attention to her all over the court.
She absolutely lit it up against the Lions last year. 21 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, and 6 boards. One of the top three-point percentages in the nation, and for someone that's got the height of the big, as Oliver's shot
That
can't
was
go.
like halfway in the hoop.
For someone with the size of a big, it's remarkable. She had one of the top three-point percentages in the nation last season. Jackson, a little shimmy shake. It's De Jesus' block.
Great block by Rodriguez.
Came streaking in on the baseline.
Oh, good no look. Oh, no.
They're going to call an offensive foul. That's going to be 2 on Mark, so 2 early ones.
So there's 2 problems with that. One is Mark got her second foul. The other one is that was a sweet play. But it was a good charge taken by Amundsen.
So the foul will send us to the break. Immediate timeout. 10-8 the score. Lions lead early. More action coming up next.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're right here for Los Angeles. Here for the athletes. Sinai, proud to be #1 in California and #2 in the nation.
Welcome back into Gerson Pavilion. 10-8, the Lions lead. 4:06 to go in this first quarter. Gary, we're just taking a look at the stats, and well, it may have been obvious. 5 of the 8 points from the Matadors came from the Lions. So the only bucket that wasn't was that Tess Amundsen long 3.
Yeah, and the other thing that jumped out at me is that Alexis Mark had 6 of the Lions' 10, but now she's going to be on the bench for quite a while with those 2 quick fouls. Someone else for the Lions is going to have to step up. It's a great opportunity for Layla Curry.
Couple subs into the game. Macy Smith entering for the Matadors. Curry fouled by Amundsen.
Right away, Curry with the quick hand steal, turnover, Lions ball.
It's going to be first personal, second team foul. That's one she's going to want back.
See if the Lions can go to work against the zone defense again. It's a bit of a 1-2-2.
Curry
forced
looking
it.
at the right inside, taken away by Jackson. Here she comes, the 2-on-1. Stops, drops it in.
So just when Curry made a play with the turnover, she gave it right back with her own turnover.
Back to Curry, goes now on this near side.
Matadors switching back into man-to-man. Oh, that was a Rodriguez 3. She decided not to take it.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Lions got to work. 5 seconds to go. Dump off to Oliver. Looking to drive. Gets it off the glass and took De Jesus to the house.
Strong left-handed layup by Oliver. Nice crossover.
Ah, good finish. Tua with her first points of the afternoon from the field.
Matadors now picking up full court in the man-to-man press.
Samuel's doing a lot of dribbling on these last couple possessions. Don't often see her with the ball in her hands outside the arc.
Yeah, this is not a usual lineup for the Lions.
Curry dump off to Samuel. She'll fire a 3. Bounces around, no good. Rebound by Smith.
Offense was really not in a good rhythm on that last possession. It's tied up.
Whistle blown, fouls called. And it's going to put the Matadors in the bonus already. So like we talked about, the Matadors have been getting to the line more, and it's been helping them. And clearly it's helping them today. A majority of their points have come from there.
Yeah, they hung around at the beginning of the game with free throws, and now they have a chance to take the lead.
Duchamon comes into the game for Tua. Jordan Jackson at the line for a pair. From the line today, Matadors 83%, 5 of 6. Make it 6 of 7 now. Second is good from Jackson, 7 of 8 from the line. 14-12, Matadors lead.
Back in that zone defense, which should create cutting opportunities or three-point opportunities for the Lions. De Jesus at the top, it's designed to prevent the quick threes.
Dump into Yancey, back out to Gordon.
Oh.
Oliver looking to go to work down low again. Under 10, streaking in is Rodriguez, and what a strong finish.
Yeah, they closed out on her for her three-point prowess, and she took advantage.
Knotted up at 14, 1:30 and change to go in this first quarter. Jackson had a wide open look, so did Duchamon. It's Amundsen instead. De Jesus, too easy.
So that was a lot of things going on. A good closeout because Amundsen's so good at the three, but then she drove and really made a sweet pass to De Jesus. Cassie Gordon should be able to take Amundsen to the cup if she sees it.
Lions really letting the shot clock get low as a pull-up 2 from Rodriguez is no good. Lots of bodies hit the deck. Foul's going to be called. I think it may be on Oliver, which is odd because I think she got pushed onto the ground. Let's see. Take a look at it again.
Not sure what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So that'll be free throws.
Odd call. Given
And coach is asking the same thing. How did Oliver end up on the floor to then be called for a foul?
I'm pretty sure Coach Hughes just asked the exact same thing. Well, how do you think she ended up on the floor? So Oliver takes a seat, Clark back into the game, and the Matadors back at home on the free throw line. Entering for Csun is going to be Lainey Amundsen, and if that name sounds familiar, it is the younger sister of Tess Amundsen. Lainey Amundsen hasn't done as well as her sister this season, the transfer out of Fresno City College, but see if she can go to work here today in place of her sister right now.
So if Smith hits this free throw, the Matadors would be up by 4, 18 points, and half of them came from the line. 9 for 10.
And she does, 18-14 now, under a minute to go. Can the Lions close that gap before the break? Aspen Adams into the game for the Lions. Good to see her back out in a Lion jersey. Gordon left wide open in the key, and she'll convert.
Her 2 shots, basically the same spot on the floor. They are effective against the zone. The Matadors seem to be better when they're playing man-to-man defense.
Gordon gets so much height off the jump on those pull-ups. It's really
wasn't
incredible.
She a high jumper or something like that? I mean, she's got a background that is not limited to basketball.
Yeah, high jump champ in high school, 4-year starter, team captain at Santa Barbara High. Smith, a circus shot, no good. Johnson hits the floor and a foul's called, going the Lions' way.
So I was glad that wasn't an Ari Johnson foul for being the one that got knocked to the floor. We saw that a couple plays ago. Maybe coach's words with the official had an effect.
Coach has a talent for working the refs, and I think she's gotten good at it over the last few years.
12 seconds. See if the Lions can come up with a bucket to tie or take the lead.
Gordon now on the far wing. It's Adams. Under 5 now. Back to Adams. Fires away. Can't hit. Long rebound. Will trail out of bounds, and that'll send us to the break. Adams took another spill. Goodness, lots of bodies hitting the floor here today. 18-16 to score after one. More action coming up next, and some more action from Rodriguez.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at ticketsmarter.com.
And welcome back into Gerson Pavilion here. 18-16, Csun leads, and Gary, a lot of those points came from the line. What can the Lions do to mitigate that?
Well, part of it is they're getting beat, and then they're using their hands instead of their feet. Where it's going to be real interesting now that Alexis Mark is back in with those 2 fouls. I didn't expect to see her so soon. We had to keep an eye on that. She's going to have to be very careful.
She still is their leading scorer right now, so got to get her in the action. But, of course, dangerous with those 2 fouls.
Matadors back in the man-to-man. The Lions have had more trouble against that than against the zone.
Gordon looking to go to work. A turnaround two, no good.
That's her shot, though. I don't mind if it doesn't go in every time, but that's what I want her to be doing and aggressively looking for it.
On the court for the Lions is Johnson, Gordon, Yancey, Mark, and Clark. For the Matadors, it's Spriggs, Duchemin. See the first entrance of Rachel Harvey, joined by Macy Smith and Lainey Amundsen.
And with Tessa Amundsen not in the game, where are the points going to come from?
It could be coming from the other Amundsen, and it is.
It's a good shot for her. Lions played great defense for 25 seconds.
So already doubled her season average in points. Lainey Amundsen averaging 1.3 points a game, and right there knocks down a triple. Has got the Matadors up by 5. This is a team with a lot of potential. Both teams would have faced some tough competition in non-conference. Csun had to go up to Stanford, number 2 team in the country, and face off with them. And Johnson fires away from the free throw line. No good. Gets her home. Clark gets the board, and it's Mark now. Gordon, can she put more points in? She can! And one!
Tuck and roll, baby, tuck and roll. You see how she ended that play with the somersault? Her athleticism is off the charts.
Cassie Gordon, when she just is playing without thinking, just like this, there was no thought put into that other than, I'm going to go to that hoop and I'm going to put that ball in. It's really a different type of player, and it's so nice to see.
When she does that, it ignites the entire Lion team.
Absolutely. 21-19 now as Gordon converts the three-point play. 8:30 to go in this second quarter.
Gordon with 6 big points.
Good steal by Rodriguez. Fouls called on the ground. It's going to be on Harvey.
Great hustle. And this all got started because Kari Clark was able to get an offensive rebound. Even though she was boxed out, she used her height to tip it up to herself. That's what gave the Lions the Cassie Gordon three-pointer the old-fashioned way, and now an opportunity to score again. Yep, that's a foul.
It's going to be on Lainey Amundsen. Send it out of bounds for the Lions again.
Now, that wasn't as much contact as you might expect, but it's consistent with how they've been calling against the Lions. That's why I said that's a foul.
That's going to be the third foul on the Matadors in the quarter, so quick 3. Get the Lions within 2 to the bonus.
Refs are calling it tight when the defense is out beyond the three-point line.
Good look for Mark. Can't get it to fall.
See, that's the, lid on the rim type of thing we've seen for her on a few occasions.
Duchemin left wide open. Tries to dump the teardrop in. Can't do it. Gordon pulls the board. Here come the Lions.
That's
going to
be a 3.
Just short. Good tip by Mark. Strong to the cup. Blocked by Amundsen.
Mark is playing out, but she's got to be careful. Still has those 2 fouls.
Whistle blown. Blocks called on Gordon. Oh!
And
they're going to call it a charge instead. 2 whistles blown. Our official down low is going to call it a charge instead.
Oh, yeah, she extended her arm.
That's going to be on to. It gives us a chance to introduce our officials as well. Alicia Murray, Jen Zilstra, and Deanna Key.
Ever since Cassie Gordon drove to the bucket and got fouled, the Lions have picked up their intensity. No one more so than Alexis Mark, but we also saw Nicole Rodriguez diving for a ball. The key is Alexis Mark can't pick up that third this early in the second.
Like you said, when Gordon is playing with that confidence, with that energy, there's just a different level of work that's being put in by this Lions squad as a whole.
I think it just fires them up.
Clark now with 10 seconds.
Oh, good
back
door.
And Mark's going to find the cup. Knotted up at 21 again.
I got to stop doing play-by-play. My bad.
I'll gladly take some time, man.
No.
It's your birthday. Got to let you cook, right?
It's all you. It's all you.
Tua now kicks it out to Jackson, travels.
So as the Lions have picked up their intensity, the Matadors have gotten a little more rattled, but the Matadors still have this game well in control. It's tied up. It's not like they've given up a lead or anything.
Macy Smith into the game for the Matadors.
Cassie Gordon on the bench. Let's see if Noelle Yancey can pick up where Cassie left off.
De Jesus and Tess Amundsen also in the game.
Thought I heard some skin on skin, a little slap, but no call.
Amundsen looking to drive herself. She'll pick up her dribble. It's Jackson now. Jackson can certainly fire the three.
That's a tough assignment for Kari Clark, too.
Lob over the top. De Jesus immediately met by Yancey, but Tua is left wide open. Things still knotted up at 21 here. 6:15 to go. Good kick, good find. Rodriguez can't hit.
Good second chance rebound by Kari Clark.
Johnson just inside the arc and hits.
So again, we've seen Kari Clark really be a difference maker in the second quarter.
And the timeout's been called by Curleen Mitchell. We'll send it to a break. We'll be back. Lions lead by 2.
LMU is located in Silicon Beach, Los Angeles, and we're making waves around the world. We are rooted in a 500-year tradition of academic excellence. We are filmmakers, teachers, and scientists. We are artists, lawyers, and entrepreneurs. We research, we create, we think, we dream. We live lives of meaning, purpose, and impact. We lead for the common good, and we do it all from here. We are LMU.
So Gary, you talked about the Lions' pace disrupting what Csun was doing. Lions on a 7-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes. Csun, 3 turnovers, and in that same time in the 3 minutes, a scoring drought as well.
Yeah, so it's good offense by the Lions, good defense. Those two things together have brought them back, and now they have the lead.
Lacey Smith fires away, can't get it to go. Ball's off Amundsen's leg and out. The line ball headed the other way.
The two things I want to focus on, both Cassie Gordon, but then Kari Clark with those 2 big offensive rebounds. I think that's really contributed to the Lions climbing back in and taking the lead.
Absolutely.
Seems to me the Lions are moving better in their offensive sets than they have been in many games.
Johnson, a circus shot inside. What a move by Ari Johnson. And I agree with you, Gary. I think at San Francisco, something just changed. And maybe even that Utah State game gave them the confidence that they are meant to be here after, like we said, a very tough non-conference slate. Jordan Jackson, a pretty shot.
They needed that bucket, too. The Lions were on the verge of starting to make a run.
So Jackson passed the 800 career point plateau. She's at 874 now.
Rodriguez will be open for a 3 if they want her.
She will. Jackson reaches, his foul's called. I believe it's going to be on Amundsen. She's shocked, asking her teammates, I fouled?
Yeah, I think she was moving, but Johnson did dip her shoulder. Could have gone either way. Take a look. Yeah, bang, bang play.
Finishing the entrance of Deja Williams, the grad out of Philadelphia. Transferred from Iona College. Did not play last time against the Lions.
Does Amundsen have 2 fouls now?
Amundsen does have 2 fouls.
Yeah, we also noticed that Alexis Mark has taken a seat, right? So she shouldn't be able to get that third foul if they can play without her the rest of the second.
So Oliver will head to the line. Lions in the bonus now.
Although Rodriguez hasn't hit a three yet today, I think she's due for one. So if she's open, they got to get her the ball.
Back to Jackson real quick. Like we were saying, 874 career points. If she reaches 1,000, which presumably she will this season, be just the 14th Matador in program history to hit that mark.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Counting on her not hitting it today, though. It's not the kind of birthday present I want.
If Jordan Jackson drops 120
we'd
some
be on
odd
ESPN.
points, we would.
Not for the right reason.
We absolutely would. So 27-23 right now, 5 minutes to go in this second quarter, and we'll roll right through. It's Jackson now, Gordon absolutely hounding her.
Great switching defense, though. Look at the fast hands.
Takeaway by Johnson, here come the Lions. Working with pace, it's deflected off Smith's hands and back to the Matadors.
Oliver waited one beat too long.
Run it back the other way to Ua, gets a shot off, and somehow no foul called. Another outlet pass, running back up and down the court. Johnson gets it to go and ends the track meet.
And I said Oliver, I meant Johnson. One beat too late on the pass, but the Lions defense is what's doing it for him here.
Good Lord, both teams look a little gassed. I'm winded just watching that up and down. It's like, what, 4 times up and down the court there in the last 10 seconds?
Yeah. Good defense by Rodriguez.
Jackson works around it, though, gets it to go.
Better offense. That's why she's got the 804 points. What does she have now?
874.
874, okay.
Now add what I believe will be 2 more to that. So she's got 10, already matched what she had last time out against the Lions, so 884.
So she and Ari Johnson leading scorers in the game with 10 apiece.
Jackson always does well against the Lions. Did very well 3 years ago here in this very gym. Johnson fires away, no good off front iron, rebound by Jackson.
The Lions didn't seem to adjust as well to the switch by the Matadors to zone defense. Look at, there's 5 players ready to come in the next dead ball.
Hockey line change ready to enter the game. De Jesus driving in now, kicks it back to Williams, who fires away, rims in and out.
That's a heartbreaker for Williams. So now they're back into man-to-man. Lions need to set their offense.
Johnson maybe picked up her dribble just a few moments too soon. Lions will have to reset with 10 on the shot clock.
Getting down to the end here. Lions need to do something.
Gordon driving down the outside of the lane. Fall away, what a move!
Fall away jumper. Cassie Gordon.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Looked like Kobe right there with the fall away.
Someone get on the line with Bristol, Connecticut. Cassie Gordon's lighting it up from inside Gersten today. She's got 9 points.
She made something out of nothing with the shot clock winding down.
Absolutely. De Jesus inside, no good. Long board into the hands of Gordon. What a heads-up play, tip of the Yancey. Just couldn't handle the pass, but good opportunity for the Lions there. Timeout's been called by Coach Hughes and the Lions. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on the court. So, Gary, pendulum swung here in the second. Lions up by 6. What's been working the last few minutes?
So the Lions here, well, let's see the replay first, right? You see Cassie with that drive and that fade away. Nothing but net. Beautiful play. So what's been working? Lions been more aggressive offensively. That's an example. The shot clock was winding down, but they didn't just, settle for a distant shot. They've also been hustling on defense. Quick hands, very active. They've been able to create turnovers, get out on fast breaks. And on the offensive end, Ari Johnson has been solid. Ari Clark has been getting second chance opportunities with offensive rebounds. This is a much more active, aggressive style of play.
And that's what was working for the Matadors in the first. They have gotten no fouls, the Lions have, on their end in this quarter so far. 0 fouls up on the board. So where the Matadors were doing their damage, they haven't even seen a lick of it here in the second.
Right. Half their points, 9 of the 18, were from the line. They've got no free throws since then.
Curry pushed out. Mark fires a 3 and knocks it down.
It can be hard to shoot those wide open threes, but Mark had no problem. She's back in, 2 minutes left. Make sure she doesn't pick up a foul.
Mark, the leading scorer for the Lions. with 11. Spriggs down low, mishandles the pass, kicks it back to Smith. She'll pull in for a mid-range J and hit.
So that's probably the second time I think that the Matadors have gotten a three when they desperately needed a bucket to stay close.
34-27, 138 and counting to go in this first half. Tess Amundsen still on the bench with those 2 fouls.
Yeah, different strategies employed by the coaches. Hughes is letting Mark play with the 2. Amundsen's on the bench with 2.
Good feed inside. Mark mishandled it a little, has to kick it back out. It's Curry now from long range. No good, but a good look from Curry.
This place would have gone berserk if she hit that.
Got her family sitting right near us. Charge is called.
I think it was an offensive foul on the screen being set.
So Lainey Amundsen will re-enter the game. Jordan Jackson, no rest for the wicked. She's back in as well. Taking a look at Erica Hughes in her second season with the Lions. And like we said, she positioned the Lions with a tough non-conference slate, but one that will prepare them for conference play in this one-off game here in non-conference. And it has worked for them thus far.
Yeah, they got big games coming up in a week, and so getting this game, hopefully getting a win, will help them.
Curry's shot off the mark, rebound by Gordon.
Rodriguez will be open for 3 if they look for her.
Flashing in the key now, kicks it back out to Gordon. 40 seconds on the game clock. Lions running the shot clock way down. Rodriguez going to have to fire away, has it stripped and set. And Tua must have had her foot on the line out of bounds.
I think they're actually going to consult. See if we catch a replay.
Alicia Murray and Deanna Key discussing. They're going to send it back the Matadors' way. It'll bring Ari Johnson and Aspen Adams into the game. Layla Curry and Nicole Rodriguez will take a seat.
So you know I'm nervous, right? I'm worried about Alexis Mark. I hope they're getting her out of there. Coach had the same concern I did. Don't want a ticky-tack foul with 30 seconds left. It's just not worth it.
Destiny Samuel into the game. 34-27, 30 seconds to go. About not even a second difference between game and shot clock. Actually, shot clock technically, I believe, is going to be turned off. If anything, it's a couple tenths. So Matadors could hold for that final shot. They won't as Amundsen fires away into the hands of Duchemin. She'll work in the key and get it to go. 3 seconds and ticking. Lions got to get a shot off. Adams from half court. Almost home. So at the half, 34-29. We'll be back with Coach Hughes in just a second. You're watching LMU Women's Basketball. LMU men's and women's basketball season tickets are on sale now. Come join the Pride on the Bluff and get yours today at lmulions.com/tickets. Lots of exciting games coming up. Conference play is about to get underway for the men, and it's already cooking for the ladies. We'll see you in just a little bit. Get those season tickets online, lmulions.com/tickets. Coach, it was a slow start for your guys. In the second quarter, though, pace picked up. What was working then, and what can you carry into the second half from that?
Well, we have to be able to push the pace, Brendan. I think that this team, even though we played 2 games in the last 5 days, for us, our speed is going to be our advantage. That means we really have to focus on defensive rebounding. As you saw, we ended the corner with allowing Csun to get an offensive rebound putback. That's going to kill us down the stretch. This is a good team. We have to come ready to go.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Coach Hughes. We'll talk more about the
At University Credit Union, we're a different kind of financial institution because we were founded over 70 years ago by the university community for the university community. Our experts put our member owners first by offering personalized advice on savings and investing and competitive loan rates to help you on your financial journey. Bank with your brain and get a financial advantage because you deserve more than a bank. You deserve a partner committed to your financial success. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
Welcome back into Gersonville. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Lions. Gary alluded to it. A tough slate of games coming up for this squad. 3-4 games against really tough opponents. 2 of them against 2 of the top in the WCC. They'll kick off home conference play next Thursday, December 29th, as they face Portland at 7 p.m. And then end the year on a bang, facing Gonzaga at 2 p.m., both those games in Gerson. Then it's off on the road for a tough St. Mary's squad and an even tougher Pacific squad that's really been handing it to some opponents this year. So Lions with a tough slate of conference games coming up, but like we said, non-conference is preparing them for a good WCC slate. More action coming up next. We'll break down the first half. We'll be back in just a moment. Highlights brought to you by University Credit Union. And Gary, you were just mentioning Tess Amundsen, our player of the game for the Matadors, only 3 points so far.
Yeah, and that's something that the Lions are going to have to try and continue to execute in the second half. If they allow her to get going, that can really fire up that team, and they could easily come back and take a lead.
On the Lions side, Cassie Gordon has been a big presence for the Lions, and although she's not the leading scorer, she certainly made herself known. 9 points, 5 rebounds. What have you seen from her that you liked?
Well, I think what I like most is just the lack of any hesitation, right? Cassie Gordon's at her best when she just lets her game shine, doesn't think about what move to make, just moves instinctively. And so it's not only her points. There you see a play. She just gets in the middle of the key, nice bucket, and somehow or another that leads to Lions doing more work. There she took a tumble, got a three-point play out of it. She's really been effective for the Lions. Nice backdoor by Alexis Mark.
I was going to say, so is Alexis Mark. 5 of 6 from the field, 11 points. She's finishing at the rim, not to mention a three-pointer just for good measure.
Yeah, and Alexis Mark had to sit out a portion of the game with those 2 fouls. She played very effectively, not picking up that third. Now she can play pretty free coming back into the second half.
20 more minutes of basketball coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching LMU Women's Basketball on the WCC Network.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're right here for Los Angeles. Here, Cedars-Sinai, proud to be #1 in California and #2 in the nation.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at ticketsmarter.com.
What is our way? Our way is unrelenting, imposing as the mountaintops to our east, strong as the ocean to our west. Our way is forward, challenged by past achievement, expecting future success. Our way is committed, devoted, passionate. Our way fuels us to be different, to be inspired, to have faith in each other. What is our way? Our way is West.
Welcome back inside Gersonville. Let's take a look at some stats at the half. From the field, pretty even, Gary. 45% for the Lions, 41% for the Matadors. And it's nice to see the Lions shooting above 30%. 45 is a nice clip. But take it down to the three-pointers, 1 for 10. It's a rough go of it so far for the Lions from long range.
Yeah, I mean, some of those threes are coming naturally in their offense against the zone, just haven't knocked them down. See the free throw advantage for the Matadors. nice to see a rebound and assist and turnover advantage for the Lions. That's why they have the lead right now. Again, I'm going to be anxious to see how they play defense against Amundsen, Test that is, in the second half.
We'll see if they can keep control of the turnovers like this. We're getting to the second half in just a moment. At halftime, had a lovely ceremony. Every year, the LMU women's basketball team take a game to remember all those who have and are still battling pancreatic cancer. A mother of two LMU women's basketball alums, Andy and Bianca Velasco, and three more wonderful children, Lisa fought her battle with pancreatic cancer until the very end, with her family by her side. Her legacy lives on through her kids and the lasting impact she and they left on the entire LMU community. Today, as they do every year, Andy and Bianca return to the Bluff to honor their mother and all those battling pancreatic cancer. A special day. It's why you see a lot of the team in purple. We're in purple here with the purple bows on us. It's a really special day, and really great that LMU takes a day to honor it every single year.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're a Lion, you remember the family, and we lost an important member of our family in Ms. Velasco, and it's great to be able to celebrate, and acknowledge her and keep the fight going.
And look, it's always great to see Andy and Bianca, two incredible players for this Lions squad, helped take the team to the WNIT in 2018, led them to great heights over their four-year career. Now that dynamic duo, they're off running businesses out in the community. I mean, they're doing work. It's not just basketball. And we're back to action here. Oh, God. You think we've been doing this for a while together?
Hey, we're in sync.
Just going to try and make an in-sync joke, but I'm too young to know any of their songs. Whoop.
Good
block.
block
By Kari Clark. Hope that comment makes it in a highlight. There we go. Here we go. Back to the action. I'll focus now, folks. 32 with the ball. 34 for the Lions, as they're still up by 5. 9:30 to go in this third quarter. Alexis Mark driving inside. Kick to Rodriguez. Fire from downtown. And hit. Knock it down. Nicole Rodriguez.
He was due, right? Because she's been shooting very well from three. Hadn't made one yet in the game. Great start for the Lions. Third quarter has been a nemesis. They need to be strong throughout.
They've been doing well in the last few games to focus on having a better third quarter. It's going to be key that they have a better second half as a whole. Can't let up in the fourth.
Again, Lions got hurt on a switch there with Kari Clark on Tuoa. Am I saying that right? Tuua. Anyway, she tripped me up just like she was able to trip Kari Clark up. In that zone, look for open 3 points and backdoor cuts to the basket.
Rodriguez calling for it wide open right now. Gordon instead drives it inside. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, that's what she's been doing all game. If she can keep that up, the Lions are able to win this game.
11 points for Gordon, 5 of 7 from the field.
So that was the same switch that caused some problems, but Clark stayed home, was able to get the steal.
Johnson inside, fade away, gets it to go.
Great
Didn't even
start.
lead the glass, and Csun is going to change all 5 of their players. Holy smokes, timeout called by Caroline Mitchell and the Matadors. It'll send us to the media timeout. We'll step aside, all Lions here in the third quarter.
Now, you really only see that when coaches are pissed. That's all I wanted to say.
right, I think we got our ducks in a row here. We're locked in and focused here as the Lions lead by 10. It's winter break, y'all. We're all cooking through this right now. 41-31, Lions lead, 8:20 to go, and you may be saying, wow, that was a quick media timeout. Well, Caroline Mitchell was real frustrated with her squad as she changed all 5 out on the court. See the entrance of number 13 in black, Rochelle Fourie, for the Matadors. First time today, that hockey line change that's out there right now for the Matadors.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the first zone defense by the Lions, and it's effective.
Johnson drives in, kicks to Gordon. She'll fire from downtown. Can't hit. Long rebound into her hands. It's going to go off of her leg and out.
Tried to save it, but was unable to.
So for the Matadors on the court right now, you've got De Jesus, you've got Harvey, you've got Fourie, you've got Smith, and you've also got Lainey Amundsen. It's Smith now working outside the arc on Johnson. Now Harvey. Matadors also getting the shot clock run down to the bitter end. Harvey now outside the lane, off the glass, scoop shot's no good. Ball's tipped around, here comes Johnson, working in pace.
Kari Clark, active hands.
Coach Hughes yelling, go, go, go. Johnson gets the teardrop to fall.
And again, no glass. She's just that confident. She's able to get it in with no use of the glass.
The coach said at the half, Lions got to work with pace, and they're doing it here in the second half. It's got them a 12-point lead, the largest of the game thus far.
Oh, no. That's a third on Alexis Mark. Way out beyond the three-point line. I know what she's trying to do with aggressive D. Just didn't need to do it. I think Coach Tam is sharing that bit of information with Alexis Mark.
Tua back in the game for Harvey. Mark's going to stay in there with 3.
See if Coach starts putting in more and more of the starters for Csun after that quick trip to the bench.
Foul's called. Send it back the Lions' way. It's going to be on Fourie.
Coach Hughes heard you.
Destiny Samuel into the game. Yep. So Mark will take a seat, unfortunately, for some time. She was sitting at the top of the bench, and now she's going to go back to the end with the rest of her squad. So we probably won't see her for some time. 6:55 to go in this third quarter. Lions lead 43-31. Gordon looking to work one-on-one, has it tipped away. 15 on the shot clock. They'll look to reset. Rodriguez again from downtown, and again finding the bottom of the bucket.
You know, when she can do that, it really opens up things all over because the Matadors have to play her out at 3, and that opens up the inside.
46-31, Lions a 15-point lead. Fourie with some height. Travel's called.
So let's talk about this. A 9-0 run for the Lions in the last 2 minutes. 4 turnovers by the Matadors, and the Matadors haven't scored in almost 3 minutes.
It's been all Lions in the third, but again, what's key is that the Lions don't get complacent here. You've seen it too many times. You get a 15-point lead, shut down a little, slow down a little, and that allows the other team to fight right back in.
Agree with you, and the Matadors really pretty much sticking with those bench players. The only starter in right now is Tuua.
Fourie takes a seat, makes way for Irina Nikishina. 6'6" out of Russia. The junior transfer is bringing some height down low. The Lions have not seen much of this year. Good pass by Samuel. It's Gordon, fires with the mid-range. Jay no good. Nikishina pulls down the board.
Samuel does not need to pick up a foul that far out.
Tua, back running point, the only starter on the court for the Matadors, as Gary said. Good find to Amundsen, but a better block by Clark.
Clark has really shown up on the defensive end and the offensive glass.
Rodriguez wanted to take it coast to coast, but what a pass!
Can we see a replay? Because that was a sweet no-look pass to Samuel.
Has me nearly fallen out. I thought she was going to dump that outside. No look, had me faked out. Had the Csun defense faked out. Only person knew where she was going was Rodriguez. Tua looks to answer, cannot.
Before today's game, I said to you, where are those Rodriguez no-look passes? There it is.
Smith from 3, no good. Rebound by Amundsen, back up, no good. Foul's called.
So too many second chance opportunities. Coach Hughes is not going to be happy with that, despite the fact that the Lions have a commanding lead. If we can get a replay of that Nicole Rodriguez no-look dish, that would be something.
Beautiful. Jordan Jackson into the game for the Matadors. Gordon and Rodriguez take a seat, make way for Mark and Yancey. Laney Amundsen at the line, back where the Matadors find a home, and
So
first one is good.
That ends a 4-minute scoring drought for the Matadors.
Amundsen knocks down the second. 48-33, 15-point lead back for the Lions.
So Tess Amundsen back in the game. See if she's able to get the Matadors going. Alexis Mark back in with the 3 fouls. Coach trusts her.
Good find to Johnson, kicks it out to Samuels. She'll look off the 3, she'll fire now, and hit!
Ooh, that was nice.
She looks a little surprised after that one. She was hesitant to take it at first, but glad the confidence came to, and she knocks it down. Good dump off Nikishina, wide open.
So I think Clark came over to help, and that left Nikishina wide open.
I mean, wide.
Yeah.
I think she had the entire key to herself.
Yeah. It was good instinct by Clark, but there was no one on the back end to help. Resulted in a bucket.
51-35, another wide open, big down low. This time it's Clark.
And give credit to Johnson for finding Clark.
53-35, 18-point lead, the largest of the afternoon. Tua off the glass, can't get it to go.
Oh,
blocked again by Clark, swatted out of her house. That's 3 blocks, maybe a 4th right there.
I think you're right. I think Kari Clark had 2 blocks on that possession.
Kari Clark defending her house down low. Hank's house is her house today. 53-35. We'll step aside, take a look. What a no-look pass by Rodriguez. Goodness gracious. I'll come back with that. 30 points in the paint. Oh, beautiful. Tell him you read my mind. Well, if you didn't get the formal invite to the Kari Clark block party, here it is for you. Kari Clark, 4 blocks in the afternoon, 2 on this possession. Bam! Send it home, block it, protect the house. Lock your doors, folks. Kari Clark's coming in the back door, and she's rejecting her entry. Goodness.
Well, I don't really know how I can follow that. Let me just chime in very practically and say she's also doing damage on the boards. 3 offensive, 3 defensive. And the Matadors coming out in a press, but it's not disrupting the Lions.
Definitely not disrupting Mark. Foul's going to be called. Believe it's going to be on Amundsen, but it also could be on Jackson. Oh, it's going to be on Duchemin. Interesting. I clearly... 2 fouls I saw. Duchemin was not one of them. So either way, it'll give the Lions the ball back with 3:40 to go.
So look at Oliver down low. Jackson is fighting her for position, but Oliver had a distinct advantage.
Oh, another foul is called on the Matadors. I believe it's going to be a hold on Jordan Jackson.
I mean, she's just giving up so much size and strength to Oliver. I don't know how else she can defend.
Ball out on the lines, baseline once again, fresh 20 on the clock. Yancey struggling to get the inbound. She'll find Johnson now. As it's stripped away by Jackson. Matadors looking to work in transition, unable to do so, they'll reset.
So credit Samuel for hustling back and preventing that fast break.
Mark not looking to give Spriggs any space.
Watch out, she's holding the jersey. Don't let her get that fourth.
Spriggs and Mark going at it down low. Good contest by Mark. High rebound, bounced around into the hands of Yancey. Immediately met by Amundsen, and the jump ball's called. It'll be line ball.
It's a quick jump ball. I think Yancey was coming away with that, but jump ball's going the Lions' way. Kari Clark showing the same energy on the bench that she was showing in the game, standing up, cheering her teammates on.
And it's good to see. She's not getting it in the points column right now, Clark isn't, but 6 rebounds and 4 big blocks.
Yeah, she doesn't need to get the points. They got other people scoring the points, like Alexis Martin.
Bam. Up by 20, the Lions' largest lead continues to grow.
Should we pause for a moment to notice that double nickel the Lions have put up in honor of me?
Look at that, big 55 for 55 sitting right next to me. Duchemin, off back iron, rebound by Oliver. You're getting old, Gary.
I am, but I'm glad to still be alive to watch this.
Mark
Oh!
Can't get it to go. Foul's called, though, and she got bailed out by the refs.
Yeah, so this is the kind of energy I know Coach Hughes wants to see them play. We'll see a replay here. There you can see the foul.
She was fouled. Very clearly fouled. However, with that being said, certainly something that Coach wants to see her finish. So it could have been an easy and one. For someone as strong as Alexis Mark, she can finish through that contact, no problem. Lots of subs. Johnson takes a seat on the bench. Duchemin fixing her shoe in the backcourt. We'll see if they're going to stop play for that after this shot. Looks to be all good now. We'll also see the first of Olivia Smith, no relation to Macy Smith, wearing number 11 in black. Mark second is good. Sub for the shooter. Cassie Gordon will re-enter. Lions a 22-point lead.
So you can see Coach Mitchell is trying to find something to get her team jump-started, putting in different players, different combinations, starting with the pressure defense. Nothing's working right now.
It's been all Lions in the third. Normally their toughest quarter, but right now they're handing it to the Matadors. Still another 10 to go after this one, so lots of time for this Csun squad to work back in. Smith, no good. That was pretty much her first shot in probably the last, hour or so, other than a few warm-ups coming into the second half, so got to get herself warm after being on the bench the whole first half. That ball is tipped away by Jackson, recovered by Rodriguez. Inside now, good dish. Gordon.
Oh!
Off glass. Did she
call
bank?
it?
Yeah,
Did she call bank? Did she call bank?
She said, ooh, I didn't. I, in fact, did not, Gary. I am so sorry.
When it's going your way, it is going your way. Cassie Gordon, bank it if you want.
15-2 run in the last 3 minutes. 9-0 or 12-0 in the last 3. Amundsen inside, fouled by Gordon.
So, like any leader on a team, despite being down, Amundsen said, look, I'm going for it. And it's going to be tough to bring this team back from a 25-point deficit, but it's the sign of a leader that she's going out hard.
Amundsen, a key player for this Csun Matadors team as she knocks down the first from the line. 60-36 now. Lions on the season have been averaging 57.6 points a game, so already above that average. Amundsen knocks down the second for Csun. 60-37, a 23-point lead in the hands of the Lions. Near 1 minute to go. A charge is called on Rodriguez, pushed off. We've seen that called a few times over the season.
Yeah, Jackson was really riding her, and I think Rodriguez tried to get a little extra space, got called for the foul. Key for the Lions here is, despite having a big lead, you cannot let up. You're building habits that carry over in conference play.
Curry will re-enter for Rodriguez, and this is a big game here, Gary, not just for the Lions' overall record, but for their preparation for Portland and Gonzaga. They won't see a game until they see Portland here on this very court on the 29th. Toon disrupts Duchamp.
Good defense by Toon. No, you're right, and that's why playing throughout this entire game, despite a big lead, matters, because you want that to carry over for two really tough games they have coming up.
Got 8 days off coming up before they see the Portland Pilots here in Gerson. Another offensive foul. That one's going to be on Ava Toon.
A little bit of a let up in the intensity by the Lions, not necessarily surprising. Just can't let it continue on into the fourth quarter. You don't want to let this become a close game despite what seems to be a handy lead right now, 23 points.
50 seconds to go in this third quarter. Lions holding a 23-point lead, but Matador has plenty of time to fight back in. We saw them put up 97 points at Seattle. Not saying they'll score 60 in the fourth, but they can certainly put the points up. Amundsen's three, no good, wanted a foul.
That was a big break for the Lions there, having that three rim out. $18 seconds to work. None of the true ball handlers remain out there for the Lions right now. 6 seconds.
Ball fed inside to Oliver. Whistle blown. Foul call.
Oh, I thought she was going to muscle it up.
And Alicia Murray will say that's going to be on the ground, but the Lions in the bonus anyway, so send her to the line. Tua called for the foul. Second personal. Team limit in the third. Oliver at the line on the season. Shooting 47% from the line. Knocks down the first, so that's good to see. She struggled from the charity stripe. It was nice to see Oliver back up in the Bay Area. Lots of her family came out. Shout out to the Oliver family up in Richmond if you guys are tuning in. Always great to see these Lions go to their hometowns as Amundsen goes to her home, down low and off the glass.
She's a much quicker step than you realize for a player the size she has.
61-39, Lions with a big lead, but still 10 minutes to go. Can they hold up? Can Cassie Gordon knock some more down from downtown? We're doing a key moment of the game, just watching Kari steal and Ari's finish. I don't remember where that was exactly, but
At University Credit Union, we're a different kind of financial institution because we were founded over 70 years ago by the university community for the university community. Our experts put our member owners first by offering personalized advice on savings and investing and competitive loan rates to help you on your financial journey. Bank with your brain and get a financial advantage because you deserve more than a bank. You deserve a partner committed to your financial success. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
And welcome back. Take a look at today's key moment of the game, sponsored by University Credit Union and Gary. Corey Clark's been great in the defensive end. Ari Johnson been great finishing on the offensive end.
Yeah, she really has. And in addition, she's also had a bunch of assists. There it is, nice floater, falling away. There's a steal by Clark. Pass it out to Johnson. Johnson taking care of business.
We've seen a lot of those today. That's not the only one.
When the Lions play with the defensive intensity, it creates offense for them. They don't have to rely purely on set plays. Makes a big difference.
That was your key moment of the game, brought to you by University Credit Union. 10 minutes to go. Could have many key moments here in these next 10. It's going to be big for the Lions. Hold in there. Last game before Christmas, so got the Santa hats in full action here in Gerson. We've got ours, but Gary, my head's too big to fit it. I'm going to blame it on the hair, I'd like to think.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is.
Appreciate you. Appreciate the sympathy.
Oh, that's going the Lion way. Lion ball. Great
Good
hustle.
takeaway by Cassie Gordon. Trails all the way out to the other end of the court. After that, when hey guys, coming up tonight, right here in this very gym, your LMU men's basketball team's going to be taking on Tulsa. Come on out for that game at 7 p.m. or watch here with Jesse Cass on the WCC Network.
So Coach Hughes is not playing. She got her starters back out there. She wants the Lions to finish this game.
We've seen them again let up. Right now, they're not. Oh, Mark had a chance to finish, could not. It's taken away by Amundsen.
So I can see why she passed it up, but she should have just gone for it. Maybe pick up a foul.
Tua down the baseline. Reverse lay-in is good. A pretty shot.
That was a nice play. Lions facing some pressure now. Able to break it. 2 straight turnovers by Alexis Mark. Lions need to clean that up.
20-point lead down, 9 minutes to go in this one. By no means is it over. Tua looking to go to work again. It's Jackson now. She's got speed. She's got a pretty teardrop, and she's going to put it home.
One more bucket without an answer by the Lions, and Coach Hughes will call a timeout.
So 23-point lead dwindled to 18 now. Still a big gap, but nothing that's impossible for this Csun squad. Lions going to slow things up right now, look to work the clock a bit.
Yeah, you just can't get stagnant. They work clock, but still got to be looking to move their offense, get the good looks, either inside or out for a 3. That's 3 straight turnovers by the Lions. Oh, Kari Clark.
Picked from behind, hits the deck. It's going to stay Csun ball.
So 3 straight turnovers by the Lions, giving the Matadors some life here.
Take a look at Kari Clark picking the pocket of Tua.
See what the Matadors do here, looking to go up 6-0 in this 4th and final quarter.
Clark, another deflection, creates a jump ball and gives it back the Lions' way.
So I don't think Kari Clark will show up in the statistics for that, but that was what she's been doing all game.
Another level of hustle out of her today, and it's good to see. At times we've seen her kind of fall asleep, get complacent down low, but today been very active hands, active body, 4 blocks. I mean, what more could you ask for?
I feel like sometimes, she relies on her offense to get her going. Today she has not really cared about that. It's every other thing she's done.
And like you said, they have other players that can score. They don't have many other players that are getting 4 blocks.
No, not at all.
Johnson, one of those players that can score, can't do it on that possession.
So whereas everything was falling, including a Cassie Gordon 3 that banked in without being called, nothing is falling for them now.
Amundsen off to Amundsen, deflected by Clark again, on the deck, gets the ball, another jump ball. Tess Amundsen had to hit the deck to get that one called. Again, active hands by Kari Clark.
Yeah, I think sometimes there's a hustle stat where you can see, what an individual player has done in creating turnovers and diving on the floor. Kari Clark gets my hustle player of the game as of 7:29 left in the 4th. So Matador ball under their Lion bucket. Under their own bucket to see what happens here.
2 outside now. It's Amundsen who will look to get going. Tess Amundsen, 7 points, 2 of 3 shooting. Really hasn't had many opportunities this afternoon. Jackson has, and she'll fire from the top of the arc, off the rim. High board by Gordon. We talk about Alexis Mark getting up, but that's part of her length. Cassie Gordon is just getting up off the ground.
I mean, it's that high jumper in her, and when she's locked in like she is today, it's so much fun to watch.
She was calling for it over there. Johnson said, I want to go to work.
Oh, and
Gets
one!
it to go.
Count
and
that.
one.
So Ari Johnson just missed one, basically the same shot. This time she had really hard foul, and she made it. Let's watch the replay. Look at that. 2 hands on one arm, and she still gets it up and in.
Still gets it up, gets it in, and still has the Ari Johnson. I'm just here, just doing work. Look. She'll convert the 3-point play, 64 43.
So she's leading all scorers with 17 now, and she has 7 assists to go along with those 17 points.
Yep. On her way to a double-double. Three Lions in double-digit scoring. Gordon, Mark, and Johnson.
I think Cassie got called for the foul, but that easily could have gone against Amundsen.
And I think Coach Hughes saw the same thing. He's frustrated with the call.
Cassie Gordon only has 2 fouls. She's not in foul trouble.
Duchamon hits the bench. De Jesus back in the game, as well as Macy Smith for Spriggs. Excuse me, for Laney Amundsen. Jackson just inside the arc, just short.
Lions should be deliberate, work clock.
And that's what Coach Hughes is saying, slow it down. Frustrated Cassie Gordon taking that in too fast and lucky to get the foul called.
But was it a charge?
Oh, it is a charge. It's going to be on Cassie Gordon.
So, unfortunately, that was one where Coach really wanted to wait. That was not much of a charge, but again, they didn't need that at that moment.
Well, it also gives Gordon 3 fouls. Oh, that looked like 4 up there. Let's take a look. Yeah, Cassie Gordon with 4 fouls now.
Oh, so when I had read 3, I thought they had updated, but it hadn't been updated. Oh, good steal.
Johnson into the front row. That ball's going to go out of bounds. Keep it Matador ball. So not only did Gordon not slow down on that play, but not slowing down sent her to the bench, and she'll be there for quite some time now.
Yeah, and I called a steal a little prematurely. It was a
it was close.
Good attempt by Ari.
Appreciate Ari not sacrificing her body for that steal. De Jesus, handoff to Amundsen. That ball will rim in.
Well, she's had a tough time getting the ball to drop. I'm sure it feels good for her to see it. Uh-oh.
Another turnover by the Lions.
You know, this is what Coach doesn't want to see. She wants to see them continue their, intensity, their focused play, despite having a lead, because when the games are tight in conference, you don't want to have lapses.
Absolutely not. Outscored the Matadors by 17 in the third quarter. Right now getting outscored by 3. Only 3 points. All those coming from Ari Johnson on that one play. So 4 minutes in, and Ari Johnson, the only one to score for the Lions, and Jordan Jackson makes it 8-3 in this fourth quarter.
Another turnover. So the Lions, I think they might have 4 turnovers so far in this quarter alone. Possibly even 5. Seeing a replay of Jackson with a quick step.
And right now it seems like the Lions have been lulled to sleep a little by this score. Am I wrong?
Well, yeah, it's hard when you get up by, 25? But this is the kind of thing that they have to learn from, not let this one get away for sure.
Amundsen, a 3, rims out, and lucky for the Lions that he did.
Yeah, now it's time for Ari Johnson to run the offense, deliberately work clock. Oh, Coach is going to call a timeout.
That's going to send us to the media timeout. 5:30 to go in this fourth. Can the Lions hold on to the lead? We will find out. 64-47. More action coming up next. Don't go anywhere. So a strategic timeout from Coach Hughes and the Lions to tell them to just slow down. They're up right now by 17, what once was 25, and they just seem to have been moving way too fast here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and if I'm reading the stats right, they have 6 turnovers so far in the fourth quarter.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a problem. They need to get a hold of that right away. Matadors clearly think they can come back.
And why not? Almost another turnover. Lucky that ball deflected out of bounds. It'll leave 7 on the shot clock.
Whereas everything going right for the Lions in that intense third quarter, it's the opposite here in the fourth. 7 seconds. Hopefully they see the clock.
Under 5 now. Yancey's got to go to work. It's Adams for a long 3. No good. Here comes Amundsen the other way. She had the speed, but will slow up instead and work the offensive end.
This is a critical time for the Lions. Coach just called a timeout. They need to get a stop and score a bucket.
Ball deflected by Mark. It's Amundsen now down low. Toss back out to Tua. Spriggs now. Off the glass and in. A 15-point game.
Okay, so the Lions didn't get a stop, but they do need a bucket. 6-0 scoring run by the Matadors in the last minute 40. Scoring drought is in excess of 2 minutes for the Lions.
And with a lead like this, you can afford to trade buckets, but right now, Lions aren't getting buckets.
Well, no, there's no trading. Looks like Ari Johnson might have gotten poked in the eye.
The ball deflected off Alicia Murray's shoe. She's going to check in with Ari Johnson and see. They're going to go to the benches and take a look.
Yeah, it may have been kicked off Ari Johnson's foot. In which case, it's going to be another turnover, and the Matadors could cut this all the way down to 12 potentially.
So they're going to take a look, presumably who it went off of, but also potentially who it was going off of when it hit Alicia Murray. That ball was trailing out of bounds, probably would have made it there.
So, first of all, Lions need to lock up this win. Second of all, they don't want to end the game in the way this quarter has been going because it takes away from all the effective work they did, especially in the third, but really throughout the game to that point.
Take a look at it again. Johnson with the ball. Has it deflected away by Harvey. Once again by Harvey into the lap of Alicia Murray.
Yeah, it looked like it went off Ari Johnson's right foot.
I think if it stays line ball, I believe they were going to say that ball was already headed out of bounds when it went off of Murray.
That makes sense. Looked like Johnson got poked in the eye, though. I hope she's okay.
Rachel Harvey still trying to get clarification. Either way, it's line ball. And lucky for him, foul's called down low on Amundsen. Tess Amundsen, it's only her second foul. No foul trouble there, but adds another one to the Matadors. Both 2 fouls for them in this quarter.
Cassie's on the bench. Kari Clark, who's been bringing a lot of energy, is on the bench. Be nice to be able to get her back into the game.
Yancey tries to throw it up top and throws it away. Amundsen steps inside, no fouls called. Rebound by Mark, and there's a foul. And that's going to be a technical on Mark for sure.
Well, she got her arm pulled pretty hard. I can understand why she's upset. Not sure if they will call a technical for Mark trying to free herself.
Coach trying to calm down Alexis Mark, frustrated. Coach Mitchell trying to calm down Tess Amundsen, also frustrated. And I believe they're going to take another look at this.
I think if you see it, you'll see a really obvious hold on Alexis Mark's arm. But she was pretty demonstrative in freeing herself. I think Lions going to need to get back in Rodriguez, Gordon, even with those 4, and probably Clark.
So our officials discussing right now, Gary, 64-49, and as they take a look at this, Lions really just got to hang in there at this point. Take a look at this replay.
Let's see if we can see what happened.
So as Lainey Amundsen absolutely held Mark's arm and definitely flopped herself to the ground.
Yeah, but
no doubt about it.
Mark was frustrated, and I think that probably will end up being a technical. Look, she's got Alexis Mark's left arm pinned. See that? And then that was kind of a bit of a flop, it looked like. But still, Alexis Mark has to have better composure in that situation.
And from where we are, it was hard to see who she was tangled up with. The way Tess Amundsen reacted out of it, I thought it was her, but that was just her trying to defend little sis.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
And you like to see that, right? If you're a family member, you like to see them sticking up for each other. I think we're going to end up seeing a foul on Lainey Amundsen and then a technical foul on Alexis Mark.
So potentially 3 points given away here by the Lions, and points that they can't afford to give away. They're going to bring both Coach Mitchell and Coach Hughes to the center to discuss. And Deanna Key will come
only have
and
3
explain to
points,
us.
Bren, in the 6 minutes of the fourth.
So we have a common foul on black 25 first, and then we're going to have an intentional foul on white 35. So we're going to do 2 shots, and then it's going to be black ball.
Thank you. All right, so you heard it there from Deanna Key. Common foul called on Lainey Amundsen, and then an intentional foul called on Alexis Mark. So
that should be then 4, though, on Alexis Mark.
It will.
So that means Gordon and Mark will have 4 each.
So Tess Amundsen will take the technical free throws. Cassie Gordon will enter for Mark. From the line today so far, Tess Amundsen 2 of 2. The Matadors as a whole 93%. So an opportunity for them to go back to where they're scoring a lot of their points is not something the Lions want to give right now.
No, especially because it means no time is running off the clock. So that gives you a chance to catch up.
Amundsen's first, no good.
So again, the Lions have gotten some breaks here with Amundsen missing shots. I think she would normally make a couple threes, free throw line. But the Lions don't want to limp out of here with the win. They want to come back strong in these last 4 minutes.
Amundsen able to knock down the second of 2. It'll be Csun ball out of bounds. So Amundsen struggled today. Jordan Jackson, the leading scorer for the Matadors, 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting, the only Matador in double-digit scoring. Fouls called down low on Yancey.
So they're not in the bonus yet, but they're getting there fast.
They're getting real close.
And that gives the Matadors a chance to get points with no time running. So whereas the Lions were up by 25, that lead's cut down to 14. Still plenty of time.
Lainey Amundsen looking for big sis. It's over the top.
That's going the Lion way.
It's going to stay Csun ball.
I didn't see Johnson touch it.
Caroline Mitchell frustrated with that play by her squad. We'll have another chance here with 19 on the shot clock. Tua will reset things up top. Now Amundsen looking for that play once again on the opposite side. Johnson giving up some height to Amundsen down low. We'll clear things out in the lane. It's Tua. Another reverse lay-in. Gets it to go. That's a 12-point lead now for the Lions, and the Matadors cutting into it very fast.
Pretty soon, I think we're going to see Nicole Rodriguez come back in. Oh, there she is.
Did you see her
Just
getting
as I
off
said
the
it.
bench, or
No,
did you
just that she needs to be in there to help them run things.
Yancey, a good pass to Johnson. She'll drive in. That shot won't fall. Maya Oliver gets a deflection. On the board, foul called, and it's going to be on Oliver somehow.
So just as they make a great play by Oliver tipping the ball, she gets called for a foul, and that's going to be free throws?
I believe so.
So this could cut it to a 10-point lead if they knock these down.
Maya Oliver and Noelle Yancey take a seat. Kari Clark, Nicole Rodriguez back in the game. Tess Amundsen at the line. Again, 3 of 4 from the line today, 10 points. She'll knock down the first. She's got 11 now.
So now if you're the Lions, you might be getting a little bit nervous here.
Second is good from Amundsen as well. 64-54, just a 10-point lead, was once 25.
And they've been outscored by 11 in the fourth quarter, and there's still 3 minutes to go.
Csun with 15 in this fourth. Lions still only with those 3 points from Ari Johnson in that 3-point play. 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes. 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes for the Lions.
This is Ari Johnson time.
She picks up her dribble, makes way for Aspen Adams to fire from downtown. That's no good, and it's into the hands of Tua.
All one shot, no second chance opportunities.
Tua, coast to coast, dump to Spriggs, blocked by Clark, but they'll call a foul.
Well, that's all right because that was going to be a layup if she didn't foul her. But again, 2:37, 10-point lead. See if we see the replay here. That was the earlier play when Oliver tipped it out and then got called for a foul, which I didn't see.
Got a hold of Tess Amundsen's hand. Tough call.
The hand holding foul.
Yep.
This could cut it to single digits.
Spriggs does.
Alexis Mark back in with 4. Cassie Gordon in with 4.
Spriggs' second is good as well.
Who's going to show up for the Lions to make sure this game does not go wrong?
.2:30 to go. Lions only lead by 8. It was once a 25-point lead.
Motion offense does work the clock, but Lions have 10 seconds left to make something happen.
Johnson can't go. Lions gone cold from the field.
Yeah, it's a 13-0 run in the last 4 minutes. No field goals for the Lions. It's been rough.
Amundsen inside, picks up her dribble, tries to swing it over to it'll trail out of bounds off the hands of Mark. It'll stay Csun ball. And a timeout's been called by Coach Mitchell and the Matadors. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on the floor. Gary, we've been saying what's going wrong, but in a few points, what's really been not working here in the fourth?
So it's just sort of like a flip, whereas the Lions had the intensity in the third. This fourth has been all about the Matadors' intensity, and the Lions have been turning the ball over. A combination of somewhat carelessness, but also just really good defense by the Matadors. And then the Lions have gone cold, right? Whereas we talked about in the third, that bank shot by Cassie Gordon that wasn't a bank. She didn't call it. It went in. Now they can't buy a bucket. Things going right for the Matadors, getting points from the free throw line. Lions, I think, got a little complacent with that 25-point lead, and the Matadors give them credit. They've held the Lions to 3 points in the fourth quarter. That is incredibly bad offense and good defense.
We're taking a look at Caroline Mitchell, head coach in her second season. First as the official head coach, got the interim tag removed just after conference play last year. Amundsen inside, no fouls called, right into the hands of Clark. The Lions are pushed the other way.
Slow it up.
Mark looking to drive inside, jump ball is called to Ua.
Yeah, Coach Hughes asked why. Why didn't she slow it up? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Lucky for the Lions, the possession arrow is in their favor. That could have been an easy to send it back the other way.
Yeah, but there was just no need for that, right? I mean, the instinct is good, but when you're trying to close out the game, you got to slow it up.
Gordon struggling to get it in, finds Clark now. Just over 1:30 to go in this contest. Lions only lead by 8. Matadors not giving the Lions an inch of space.
Little confusion again. Ari's going to have to make it happen on her own with 8 seconds left.
Goes around the back, takes it back outside. Clark now in the mid-range. Down the lane, gets stuffed by Spriggs, and out of bounds. It'll be going back Csun's way.
So, thank goodness the Lions have the 25-point margin, because they're going to need close to every point of it to hold on this remaining 1:13.
Jackson for 2 and in.
Down to 6.
1 minute to go, and Coach Hughes telling the Lions to slow it up.
Surprised the Matadors aren't doing more pressure defense. They're letting the Lions work the clock. Probably trusting the Lions aren't going to score, given that they've been so ineffective in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
They're sitting around waiting for that ball to come right back into their hands, only down by 6. Edmondson got in the lane of Johnson, and it's a turnover. Johnson forced a foul right away. It's going to be only her second, but it'll send Amundsen to the line.
She didn't necessarily need to foul right then. The Matadors might have had numbers, but this is 3 points from the line. So this is nervous time. I'm not sure what coach is going to have to say after the game, but that 3-point egg they've got hanging up there in the fourth quarter is going to bother her to no end.
Well, to score 27 points in the third and turn around with only 3 in the fourth is a major juxtaposition that just can't happen.
No, it's not the way they want to be playing. They've now made this a nail-biter with 30 seconds left. Really, anything can happen.
Amundsen has cut the Lions' lead to just 5.
16-0 run in the last 5 minutes, 46 seconds.
20 points here in this fourth. Make it 21. And I joked that the Matadors weren't going to score 60 to get to 97. That's their score at Seattle, but they put up 21 so far. They're making a good clip towards it.
I'd be less worried about the amount of points the Matadors have scored if the Lions could get a bucket. They just got nothing going offensively. And look, I wonder if part of it also was when they were starting to run clock, they weren't really in the flow as much. I mean, it made sense for them to do it, but somehow it threw them off. There's going to be some lessons to take away from this. You can only hope that lesson doesn't come with the additional problem of a loss.
It's only 4 points right now. 30 seconds to go. With the way the Lions have been unable to knock down shots, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it from the free throw line either. Presumably, are you expecting to see Csun come out of this timeout and foul?
No, I don't think so. I think initially they're going to come out and try and create a turnover. They've been very effective. But they still have 2 fouls to give before free throws. So, yes, they will go to the foul if need be. But with only 4 points separating the two teams, 30 seconds, I expect the Matadors to just try and play aggressive defense and not foul immediately.
Taking a look at the stats, Gary, we were marveling over the fact that the Lions had 30 points in the paint at one point during this game. It's only grown to 34. They really have slowed down. I mean, clearly the scoring with only 3 in the fourth, but in the paint as well.
Nothing has happened for the Lions in this game offensively since the beginning of the fourth quarter.
17-0 run in the last 5:46 for the Matadors. Amundsen
That's going to be
the foul
4.
on Mark.
So she can't afford to get another one or she'll be out of the game.
And that's Tess Amundsen, to be clear.
The Lions are aware that they should work to get the ball into the player being guarded by Amundsen because she can't be the one to foul.
Again, that does not cause free throws yet. Next foul will. Gordon looking for the inbound, struggling to find it, finds Mark.
That's 5.
And that's on Amundsen. That's going to be her 5th, and she's going to take a seat.
So that's what I was saying. That was smart. Get the ball into the player who Amundsen's guarding. If she's going to foul, get her out of the game. That's a big, big change because she is their anchor.
So Tess Amundsen takes a seat. Her night lands. 14 points, 4 rebounds on 3 of 7 from the field, 7 of 8 from the line.
She had 3 points at the end of the half, and she finishes the game with, how many did you say, 14?
14 points, put a lot of work in the fourth quarter. Nicole Rodriguez takes a seat. Layla Curry in the game, offense for defense there.
Big free throws.
First is good by Mark, pushes it back to 5.
So I don't know about you, but I had a sigh of relief when that one went down because the Lions haven't cracked the net in the last, 7 minutes?
Second is good as well.
Those are clutch free throws. They really are.
Timeout's called by Caroline Mitchell. It'll be on the floor. 30 seconds. We'll keep it right here, Gary.
Let me give a quick shout out to Alexis Mark. We had seen her get tangled up with Amundsen. She got called for an intentional foul. She let her emotions get the best of her. But now at a moment when you need to be calm, when you need to be focused, she came through. And I just want to give her a shout out because that's a tough switch to make emotionally when you're really upset, to then calm down and in a very important moment, be mature, be focused, and deliver for your team.
That's a testament to her, the coaching staff on this LMU side. Alexis Mark plays emotional, and it's what gives her that energy, that extra spark that we talked about. And it got the better of her in that moment, but she composed herself, like you said, and those are two massive free throws.
So let's talk about a few quick stats. One, the Lions are shooting 14% in this fourth quarter. 14% on 1 for 7 shooting, whereas the Matadors are shooting 58%, 7 for 12. The other stat that really jumped out to me is the Lions have 8 turnovers in this quarter compared to only 2 for the Matadors. You put those things together and you have exactly what we have here, which is a 19-point deficit made up only with the last 2 free throws by Mark did it shrink from 21 to 19 points.
And now you'd also think that the Lions' shooting percentage would have gone down in the fourth, but I think that's to the point you're making. They really haven't had many opportunities to shoot the ball. They've been turning it over before they can get a shot off.
Yeah, this is a terrible fourth quarter. The Lions need to come away with the victory, but it's not going to be a complete victory in the sense that they know they can play better.
And play like this will not go well against Portland or Gonzaga as Jackson finishes. Timeout's called by Coach Hughes. We'll advance the ball. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll play the timeout game. I thought we were going to cruise through the fourth quarter here with limited timeouts, but that's certainly not the case.
No, and look, it's back down to 4-point lead. Only 5 seconds actually have gone off the clock. Both teams have traded 2 points. So the Lions are going to have to make free throws down the stretch here. Protect the ball and make free throws. Otherwise, the Matadors are still very much able to win this game.
66-62. Timeout was called before the inbound, so Lions will have it at midcourt.
So, Brendan, another statistic in case you're interested.
I'm always
At the end of the
interested.
half, the Lions had 20 points in the paint compared to 8 for the Matadors. That latest stat I saw, the Matadors have 24 points in the paint. Big turnaround in the second half.
So Rodriguez will inbound. Spriggs with 3 fouls, the only one close to foul trouble on the court right now for the Matadors.
Lions must get the ball in and protect it.
Johnson's fouled. We'll see who it's on.
Think
Not
it's
that
Ben
it
Jackson.
really matters.
No.
Gives on to, it's going to be a hard third personal. We'll send Ari Johnson to the line. Good person to go to the line. Offense for defense again. Amaya Oliver into the game as well as Layla Curry.
Again, the Lions must make their free throws. Johnson so far 5 for 5.
Johnson's first is good.
So, trading buckets here, but very little time moving off the clock.
Second is good for Johnson as well. 68-62, back to a 6-point lead.
No fouls for the Lions.
Jackson inside, steps around Johnson. Good board by Layla Curry, and she's fouled.
Great board, picks up a foul. That's going to be Jackson's second.
Second personal, team limit. Take a look at it again. A good move by Jackson. We've seen her finish those today. An even better board by the small Layla Curry.
Yep, and this is it's a free throw shooting contest for the Lions.
Curry really hasn't done much from the line this season, but a big moment here for her today. First is no good.
So this would be an important bucket to extend it to a 3-possession lead. 14 and a half left. Big bucket, big bucket.
7-point lead in the hands of the Lions, 69-62, 13 seconds and counting.
Okay, again, no fouls if you're the Lions.
Duchemin, as that's stripped away, it'll be Matador ball, baseline out of bounds. 7-point lead for the Lions, 8 seconds to go. I've seen crazier things happen. This game's not over yet. Duchemin down to Tua. She'll dump it off to Spriggs. It's home.
That's a foul,
And
which is
fouled
the
by
exact
Mark.
thing you don't want to do. That's 5 on Mark. She's out, and they get points with no time. But with 2.9 left, I think it's safe to say the Lions will win this game, but not the easy way. They're going to end this quarter probably short of double digits.
8 points so far in the quarter for the Lions, 23 for the Matadors. Third and fourth quarter totally flipped, and the Lions just thankful that they put up so many points in the third. Spriggs first is short off front iron. Get another shot here. Lions cannot foul. Spriggs' second is no good in the hands of Tua. Ball deflected by Clark, and that will be the end of the game.
Not
So
a
the
lot to
Lions
celebrate.
win. No, Lions win, but there are not a lot of happy looks over on that Lions side. We'll speak to Ari Johnson after the game, but let me tell you, folks, it's not going to be a happy conversation on her end. We'll step aside for just a moment. Gary, any final thoughts on your birthday?
Hey, I'm glad I got a birthday present of a win. Got to see the Lions pick that up for full 4 quarters next time we see them.
We'll be back with Ari Johnson in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, folks. Lions come out with the victory, 69-62. Are y'all trying to give me a heart attack? We still got.
I don't even want to talk about that. At least we won.
Yeah, you won. That's what counts at this point, right? We'll just talk about first your thoughts on the game. The third quarter you guys had, how you've improved that over the season. What happened in the fourth, obviously. We'll touch on it for a moment. And then looking ahead, because Portland and Gonzaga are the next on the slate. You had some sweet moves out there, though, today.
Thank you.
Some sweet shots.
Thanks, Brendan.
We got like 40 seconds.
All right.
And welcome back to Gerson Pavilion. Lions come away with the win, 69-62, a little too close for comfort, but a win is a win. We're joined now by Ari Johnson, ended the evening 19 points, 6-13 from the field. Ari, give me your initial thoughts on this game.
It was a good game. We have to tighten up on the fourth quarter, but we play well.
And you're really played well in the third quarter, outscored the Matadors by 17, 27 points, one of your high-scoring quarters of the season. What was working for you guys in the third?
Honestly, just being aggressive. We have to do better with coming out after halftime, and I think we have been doing a lot better, and I think that also helped us a lot, just being more focused on improving in the third quarter, and I think we're doing a lot better with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Fourth quarter, it seemed to get away from you guys. Do you feel like your team got complacent with the large lead you had? At that point, it was about 23 points.
Yeah, we definitely got a bit lackadaisical. We need to do a lot better and just take care of the ball and work on finishing and closing out games a lot better.
You guys have 2 tough matchups coming up to start off your home conference play, Portland and Gonzaga. This game, obviously, a kind of random non-conference game in the middle of conference play, but how can you build upon today for those 2 tough teams that you're going to see in here in Gerson in just about a week?
Just lots of film and lots of rest, and we got 2 good games. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Any plans for the holidays? I know you guys getting off today for a few days.
Just chilling with my family and eating good food.
Yeah, getting some time off. You needed, Ari. Great game today, some incredible shots as we talked about. Excited to see you here against Portland and Gonzaga. Get some rest and safe travels home.
Thank you.
That's Ari Johnson, everybody. That's the final here today. Lions come away with the victory, 69-62. Some final stats. Jordan Jackson finishes things off for the Matadors, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal. Tess Amundsen, 14 points, 8 rebounds, near double-double, 6 assists for good measure. Your leading scorer for the Lions, Ari Johnson, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. What an afternoon she had. Cassie Gordon as well, lighting things up in the third, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. It was a fantastic afternoon of basketball, rounds out conference play, and sends us into Christmas break with a smile on our face. It's been a great time spending this day with you. Happy birthday, Gary, as always. On behalf of our entire crew, our executive producer, Kevin Pineda, our producer, Sarah King, director, Sam Tavares, our color commentator, Gary Craig, I'm Brendan Craig. This has been a production of LMU Women's Basketball on the WCC Network. We'll see you back here in Gerson in just 8 short days. The Portland Pilots coming to town, 7 p.m. on December 29th, end the year off with us here in Hank's house. We'll see you soon. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and so long from the Bluff.